Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge television talk show where truth matters. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, beginning at 1 p.m. as I get to ride home with you in the afternoon. You're a big part of my day, and I'm so glad we get to meet with each other every day. You can find us syndicated on television, and it's on Apple TV, and there's all kinds of ways you can find us. Now, I wanted to also mention that you can find our podcast on thenewscasters.com. Not only that, but all the social media sites as well. And we have some more things we're working on right now in South Carolina. So I'll let you guys know when that materializes. And I'm really excited about that. But anyway, thank you so much for being with us. And boy, it's college football season. Everybody's coming alive. There's a little bit of crisp out there, and it's not as humid, although it probably won't stay away. But anyway, for a short period of time, we got some good football season. We've got AP Stedham with me right now. AP is your sports guy. He's the guy that you like to talk with. And I'm just telling you, people in South Carolina are loving you, AP.
Well, thank you. Thank you, South Carolinians. We really appreciate it. Yeah, let's say, I think I've been around the country, and I just think their fans are incredible. South Carolina, Clemson, win, lose, or draw, they show up for their teams.
Mm-hmm. They do. And that's the way it should be. You know?
Should be. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I mean, you got team spirit, and you go for them no matter what. So if they're winning or somebody makes a bad decision, you don't like the coach, whatever, you still like your team.
Yes, absolutely. So, but South Carolina, they played South Carolina State. I like to see the major schools in the state play other schools within the state. Some, like for instance, Alabama will not play anyone else in the state in football. They won't do it. Auburn does. For instance, this weekend, Auburn will be hosting South Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That might be the first time. I can't remember, but it seems to me it's maybe the first time. If it's not, maybe the second. But they play teams within the state. I know they played, I think, Samford and Jacksonville State and South Alabama now. So I think they might even play Alabama State. I don't know if they played Alabama A&M, but Auburn does. Alabama will not.
Mm-hmm. Why will they not do that? When was that decision made?
I don't know down to the exact time of the decision, because I know Alabama, I think they used to play some of the schools way back. I think I'm just mentioning in the 60s, probably 60s, 50s, something like that. But I can't recall, maybe since the 70s or so, that they played like I say, I think it's been in the 60s when they played a football team from the state. I don't know why. The board of trustees, athletic directors, through the years, they opted not to play. But I think it's a mistake on their part, but Auburn does. So,
well, it's good revenue for the state as well.
Yeah, you keep the money within the state. People can go to the games. It would be fun. I mean, other states do this. Other states play teams within the state.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Alabama, the University of Alabama does not.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Alabama-Auburn games. Were they as expected?
Yeah, Alabama held serve. They beat Louisiana Monroe 73-0, and so the quarterbacks, three of them, were able to be on the field. So Ty Simpson was 17 for 17. He didn't miss a pass. He threw 3 touchdowns. Austin Mack, couple of touchdowns. Keelan Russell, a couple of touchdowns, a young freshman. So all the quarterbacks were able to compete and show their talent. So Alabama held serve, and then Auburn played Ball State, and they won big. So that was great for them. Deuce Knight played the freshman for Auburn. The quarterback, of course, Jackson Arnold started. But the teams held serve. Most of the teams in the conference, done of this SEC, as I say, held serve and won those games, except double-digit underdog University of South Florida upsets the University of Florida. Big win for the Bulls. They had beaten Boise State by a substantial margin this season already. And I think I said in the comments to watch out for the South Florida team. And sure enough, they upset the University of Florida. So Billy Napier, the seat is very hot. The head coach of Florida. I think his buyout's in the neighborhood of $20 million or so. But they have a daunting schedule, as they did last year, because it's a repeat of last year's schedule within the conference. So Florida travels to Baton Rouge to play LSU. That's the game I'll be covering this weekend. LSU in the Football Writers Association, National Football Foundation Super 16 folder number 3. I have them number 7. So Florida, they're looking at that unbelievably difficult schedule. I don't know if Billy Napier can win his way out of this dilemma right now. He lost to South Florida. They play Miami, they play Florida State. So Florida, besides their SEC schedule, they have those 2 opponents on tap as well. So I don't know if Billy Napier can win enough games to hold this position at the University of Florida.
Were there any nail biters this weekend, or was everything? It seemed like things were a little smoother this week.
But pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. Interesting game. Vanderbilt was behind by double digits at halftime. I think it was 20-10. And then they're playing in Blacksburg against Virginia Tech. Now they scored 34 points the second half and shut out Virginia Tech 44-20. That was incredible what they did in the second half. I don't know if I've seen that in quite a while. You're down by 10 points, 20-10 on the road. Virginia Tech needed this win because they lost to South Carolina the first weekend in Atlanta. That's the game I covered. Vanderbilt 34-zip in the second half when they gained 44-20. So Vanderbilt continued their winning ways. They're 2-0 and they're traveling to Columbia, South Carolina this weekend. Tough ball game for them. But who's counting? No, I'm not counting out Vanderbilt against anybody.
I'm not doing there. It looks like we're going to see another repeat of last year with Vanderbilt.
It has that trend right now. They have good talent. They brought in people with the transfer portal. They have money. Vanderbilt has money. It just depends if they wanted to spend that for the football program. So now with this NIL opportunity and options, they can bring in players like everyone else, evaluate talent and specify. And as I said, the people who can evaluate talent, they're going to be big winners. Everybody has money now. And they all complain about they don't have enough. We all know that. They're always complaining we don't have enough money. Yeah. We have plenty of money to find some players because everybody can't go to the same school. So you can acquire talent, Donna. Everybody can't get the top receivers. They can't get the 5 best receivers because they won't come to the same school. So there's options out there for you if you're selective in your talent evaluation. So yeah, great for Vanderbilt starting off 2-0 and headed to South Carolina this weekend.
How do you think that game's going to play through?
I'd have to give the edge to South Carolina at home, but like I said, I'm not counting out Vanderbilt saying, "Oh, this is an automatic win for South Carolina." I think it's going to be competitive because Vanderbilt now, Donna, there's a new way of thinking. They believe they can win every game, and that's something that head coaches have to try to overcome with teams who have not been successful in the past. But I think Clark Lee, head coach of Vanderbilt, he has to tell his team, look, we've been places on the road. We've beaten teams last year. We're doing it now. Again, we're down. We had double-digit deficit, and we came back to win on the road against a Power 5 team, Virginia Tech from the Atlantic Coast Conference. So we can beat South Carolina. We can beat anybody on our schedule because we have the talent.
What's their magic potion? Just all of a sudden, past couple of years.
Right. I think one thing is Diego Pavia, the quarterback. He's an exciting, dynamic personality. And his football playing, he's very effective. Like I said, he doesn't overwhelm you with his size or his numbers, but he knows how to win. And he comes through on third downs and makes drives for his team and keeps everybody very positive. And I think it all emanates from him, I believe. Diego Pavia and Clark Lee as well. Clark Lee and his coaching staff. Let's give them a pat on the back.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's talk about let's just put everybody in one group. Okay, so which quarterback outplayed every other quarterback this past weekend?
Quarterback. Okay, let's. Ty Simpson was 17 for 17. You can't go better than perfect. I'd say that's pretty good. That's better than good, right? It's perfect as far as his passing. So that was an exceptional performance. Yeah, 17 for 17. I think that, and as I've stated in the past, heading into the season, I think Tennessee upgraded with Joey Aguilar at the quarterback position. They scored 72 points, which they haven't scored in, I don't know how many years, maybe 100 years, something like that. They beat East Tennessee State. So I think Tennessee, they're surprised to some degree, I think, about their quarterback play. But I thought he would do well in Josh Heupel's system. He's not as accurate as some quarterbacks, but and I use this term, he's effective and he's productive in that system. Yeah.
Well, it looked kind of like Tennessee kind of took a few steps back last season, but now they're coming back again. Do you see that?
Yeah, Tom. They made the college football playoffs. They had a great year last year. They got defeated by 25 points on the road in Columbus, Ohio, during the playoffs. But it was based on their running. The running back had about 1,600 yards and outstanding defense. The quarterback contributed as well, but it wasn't the reason they were winning so many ball games. It was the running game and the defense. This year, the defense not as good probably, but I think the offense, overall, the passing game will be better. Now, the running game, that's a work in progress probably. Maybe they don't have the type of talent that they did last year, but if they can play complementary football, then that's winning football.
Let's compare last weekend to this past weekend. So has your top 10 changed any in your opinion? Has your top?
Yes. Donna, my top 5, I had Penn State at number 1. They remain the same. And these teams remain the same. Georgia, number 2, Ohio State, number 3, Texas, number 4, and Illinois, number 5. I also had in my top 16 because that's our poll. LSU, number 7, South Carolina at number 11, Ole Miss, 13. Tennessee and Oklahoma are new in my poll, 15 and 16. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're new in my poll. So that's from the SEC. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams I have in the top 16 from the Southeastern Conference. So there are a couple of new teams there, Tennessee and Oklahoma. Oklahoma had a huge victory over the weekend in Norman at home against Michigan. So Michigan and Oklahoma, 2 blue bloods. They've only played once in the past. That was the Orange Bowl of '76. So finally, these 2 teams matched up, and Oklahoma prevailed. John Mitchell, the quarterback, had a pretty good ball game. And Oklahoma, they look to be, Donna, maybe the team you have to watch out for this year because they have some offense. They're healthier. They usually play good defense. Last year, their offensive showing was spotty at best. They lost about a half a dozen receivers. Most of them are healthy now, if not all. So watch out for Oklahoma. They're playing good football, new quarterback. Arbuckle's the offensive coordinator. They came down from Washington State along with John Mitchell, the quarterback. So Oklahoma this week, they travel to Philadelphia to play Temple University. So they've met in the past, maybe a couple times. So that should be another one for Oklahoma on the road.
Absolutely. Let's cut to a commercial break. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. Everybody hanging there.
Twin City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to limonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Limon's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Limon's Mexican Restaurant. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community, whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need. Toys at Christmas or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
I'm excited to announce our Christmas extravaganza is finally here. Get this season's flannel sheets for as low as $59.98. They won't last long, so get them while you can. Our famous My Slippers, they haven't been on sale for over a year. Regularly $119.98, now only $59.98. Our 6-piece towel sets are back in stock with extremely limited quantities, only $29.98. With hundreds of MyPillow products, there's something for everyone on your Christmas list. Bathrobes, duvets, quilts, down comforters, and so much more. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save on all MyPillow products. For example, flannel sheets for as low as $59.98, or our 6-piece towel sets, just $29.98. But that's not all. I'm extending our 60-day money-back guarantee until March 1st of 2025. Plus, all orders over $75 or more ship absolutely free.
The only place I buy my beef is Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama. Their cattle is born and raised on their ranch, grass and grain fed, and you can feel confident when you serve your family and friends because their beef is all natural and no antibiotics or hormones are added. You can buy whole beef or perhaps go in with family or friends and buy half. Their customer service is number one as they take care of the delivery to their local processor and can deliver to your home for a small added fee. They also offer herd replacement heifers. I always call Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama for my beef specialty recipes and cookouts, and you can too. Food shortages are increasing, so buy local by calling 256-523-6462. That's 256-523-6462.
We're back. My name is Donna, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge television talk show where truth matters. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, beginning at 1 p.m. or anytime you'd like to watch us on all the social media sites, including Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, which is now known as X. But any way you would like to see us, that's just fine with us. You've got AP Stedham with us right now, who is also an exclusive coverage of the SEC, but he's out there listening to everybody else too.
Yeah, Donna, we had a great weekend here in the state of Missouri. We covered the Kansas versus Missouri game, big border rivalry. They hadn't played since 2011. They've been playing, Donna, since 1891. I think Missouri led the series 57-54, 9 ties, but Missouri prevailed 42-31. It was a competitive ball game. Kansas went ahead early in the ball game, couple scores or so, and Missouri made a comeback and ended up winning by 11. There was a long 60-plus yard touchdown run to seal it. So Missouri's off to a good start. Mizzou, their quarterback is Bo Prabula, the transfer from Penn State. He's a dual threat quarterback. He's been a good leader for him so far. So Missouri this weekend, they play Louisiana in Columbia. That's a home game for them, so they should have another victory. They should be 3-0 after this weekend. So they got a good football team. They're in contention for a playoff spot. They won 10, 11 games last couple of years. They've been consistent, and that's something that Mizzou, over time, they've been a roller coaster team. But under Eli Drinkwitz, the last couple of years, double-digit wins, so they have a chance to be in the playoffs.
Absolutely. You know, last week you had quite a few interviews. Anything you'd like to tell us that came out of the interviews? It's a little surprising.
Yeah, no, we after the game, post game, Missouri, the tight end came out to the podium, the quarterback, we had the head coach, the safety, an edge rusher, and trying to remember the other play. But anyway, so I think you have a couple of those right now. The tight end, he caught a touchdown pass, and of course the quarterback that I mentioned, Bo Prabula.
Well, it's an interesting season, just to say the least. Let's talk about this coming week. What are you expecting?
Yeah, Donna, the games that we are looking at, there's a conference game, Arkansas at Ole Miss. Arkansas, Taylor Green, their quarterback is 6'6", big, athletic, strong arm. Bobby Pacino usually has a good offense. Ole Miss, we'll have to see. I think Austin Simmons, their quarterback, threw another couple interceptions in the win against Kentucky on the road. They were behind double digits. They came back and win 30-23. So we'll see how his health is this weekend. But that's a big game for Ole Miss because they're trying to get to the playoffs. They feel they have a playoff-type program. They missed out last year because they had a letdown versus Kentucky at home. So Arkansas, good football team, but Ole Miss will be favored. So they're looking to hold serve and win that ball game. Yeah, and then also this weekend, Texas A&M travels to Notre Dame, Donna. And that's a big ball game. Last year, Notre Dame went down there and defeated Texas A&M. So now Texas A&M has to make the trip to South Bend. I don't know how many times they've done in their history. I don't think it's very many, if at all. I'm not sure. Also, you have big game, Tennessee host Georgia. Tennessee
Okay, let's talk about that one. That one right there will be a powerhouse.
Now the quarterback, Joey Aguilar, the transfer from Appalachian State through UCLA for 5 minutes. This is his moment as a Tennessee quarterback. Can he beat a big rival? Georgia. Gunnar Stockton leads that team for Georgia. Georgia last year down they did not have their best team, but they still won the conference. So this is a huge game for Josh Heupel. The alumni, they want to beat Georgia. That's always been a big rival on their schedule. They play year after year, and it's been a moment since they've beaten them. So Georgia comes to town. In my poll, Georgia is number 2 in the Football Writers Association National Football Foundation Super 16. They're number 4. So this is the game of note probably in the conference, I would say, Tennessee versus Georgia. You have LSU hosting Florida. As we said, Florida is wounded. They lost to South Florida. LSU is riding high. They did not play spectacular last week, but they won. They defeated Louisiana Tech. But LSU, they're trying to get into the playoffs. Huge game for them, big game for them. They play Florida every year. There's a rivalry there between LSU and Florida. So LSU would be favorite, of course, and they're looking to win that ball game with Garrett Nussmeier, their quarterback, and company.
Yeah, it's already turned into a good, interesting season.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Donna, Wisconsin travels south to play Alabama. So that's their first time they ever played in the state of Alabama, I believe. They've not played very many times. The first time was way back in 1928. I think it was. Alabama traveled up there. They lost to Wisconsin 15-0. Maybe if my memory is correct. But so Wisconsin from the Big Ten. This is a game where the SEC can help itself with the playoff selection committee by beating a team from the Big Ten. So Alabama, they're trying to win this ball game. You know, they faltered the first time they played a Power 5 team against Florida State. They're playing another Power 4 team, I guess, that we say, from the Big Ten. So this is a game where Kalen DeBoer, his fans are looking for his team to win this game.
It's got to happen. What's going on with Auburn this coming weekend?
Yeah, Auburn this weekend, they're playing South Alabama. I think it might be the first time they play. I'm not sure, but anyway, so they're playing in-state South Alabama. So, South Alabama's fired up because some of those players, they thought, hey, I should get a scholarship. I should be receiving a pension from Auburn. But they were at South Alabama. So they played with a slight edge. But Auburn, they're looking to continue their winning ways. They should beat South Alabama. That would be a huge upset if they lost.
Yeah, because I'm seeing them peek out of the wilderness just a little bit. How do you think they're going to end up the rest of the season? If they keep the momentum they have now.
Yeah, Auburn, they have many difficult games remaining down. I mean, just to give you an idea, they have to travel to Norman, Oklahoma next week, then College Station the following week, then they have a break. Then they host Georgia. Missouri comes to town. They have to travel to Arkansas. Kentucky comes to town. Vanderbilt, that quarterback down, he's beaten Hugh Freeze's team 3 years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
He won at New Mexico State. He beat Liberty. He won at New Mexico State. He beat Auburn at Auburn. And last year, Vanderbilt came to town and beat Auburn by double digits. So he could be a quarterback, which is very strange in the circumstances, could be a single coach 4 times. So, and then you have, to finish the season, you have Mercer, they should win that game, and then they host Alabama. So Auburn, there's so much football to be played, Donna. It's for all the teams. And so I tell people last week when they were disappointed, maybe after the first week, stay with your team. They can recover. Things can happen. People improve. They make changes. So just be patient with your team. I know that's difficult. You're the first game. You're trying to make a judgment, but all types of things can happen through the season. It's one game out of 12.
But it seems like there's a big competition now to be the Cinderella team. You know what I'm saying? It just feels like.
Yeah, well, everybody has that chip on their shoulder. They use the familiar term, nobody respects us. I mean, that's the rallying cry all the time. So, but you have to do it on the field now. We're discussing these games, but it's on the field that counts every weekend. How do you perform? And what are the decisions you make as the head coach and as the staff? It's very important because the talent level is so close, and coaching is really a big factor in these games now.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you, are you going to have time for a recording with AP as we see it this coming week? I know you're really big with traveling right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We record it every week. We put it on Spotify. Every episode is there. We try to put it on our YouTube channel as well. So we'll be recording. We're going to be discussing that Florida at LSU game probably, and Wisconsin at Alabama among the games we're going to try to highlight. But we always discuss all the teams and their opponents as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, nationwide. Who's your top 5?
My top 5, Donna: Penn State number 1, Georgia number 2, Ohio State number 3, Texas 4, and Illinois number 5.
There you go. And Alabama and Auburn are climbing. They're trying really hard.
We're trying to get them in. We're checking them out. They might enter my poll in the next couple of weeks. We'll see. We have the top 16. They're not in the top 16 at this point.
Absolutely. AP, about 30 seconds. What would you like to say before we go?
Yeah, just check out our social media platforms, YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, X account, Spotify, and you could find our analysis and observations and thoughts and listen to our guests as well every week.
There you go. AP, thank you so much for being with us. It's always a pleasure. And thank you guys so much for watching. You're the reason we do what we do. We had some emails. And we didn't go through any of those emails. I promise you we'll do it next week, okay? But if you have more, send to Donna at donnasedge.com, Donna at donnasedge.com. A lot of them were Alabama fans. And, and listen, don't get rid of your coach. He's not going anywhere. No, quit doing that, guys. But again, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time around. AP, hang around so we can get you scheduled for next week.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge television talk show where truth matters. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, beginning at 1 p.m. as I get to run home with you in the afternoon. It's so much fun. You can find us syndicated on Abundant Television. That's found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget the podcast on thenewscasters.com. All the social media sites, facebook.com/D Fiesel. You can find us that way, along with X and YouTube. If it's that, we're on it. I'm just telling you. Continue sending emails, by the way. You seem to be very health conscious. Donna at donnasedge.com. We're getting a lot of those emails. And this is about tomatoes, and everyone loves tomatoes. Whether you grow your own, you go to the farmer's market, or you go to the grocery store. Best way to do it is grow them your own. And another way is the farmer's market. Now, when you're checking out the farmer's market, make sure they haven't used any pesticides on those as well. But anyway, just throw a seed in there. I tell you, it's probably one of the easiest things you can do. But let's talk tomatoes. Tomatoes are really good for you. I wanted to tell you, first of all, a testimonial would be my daughter-in-law. Her name is Larissa, and Larissa has the most beautiful skin tone of anyone I have ever seen. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful, and she practically lives off tomatoes every single day. Almost every meal includes a tomato of some sort. And she just loves them. And every time they come in seasons here, she's wanting to take home just, bags full of them. But there are so many ways that you can preserve those. One bad thing about a tomato is if you throw it into the refrigerator, which can kind of preserve it, but if you throw it into the refrigerator, from my experience, is they get kind of mushy. So I'm always looking for a real good way to preserve those. So let's go ahead and look at a real quick video. Won't take but just a little bit, and we'll be right back.
Hey guys, Donna here. I'm going to show you how to do some really good slow roasted tomatoes. And these keep really, really well in the freezer. And I'll tell you something else I really do like about this recipe is they're not stringy. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. Let me run to the freezer real quick. Didn't mean to stay that long, but I like to put them in the freezer in bags just like this. These are quart bags. They'll stay frozen, and then all I've got to do is crack off whatever I want to use. They're really good to use in soups. They're really great to use in pizzas. These things are fabulous. Now let me go ahead real quick and show you how I do this. Now there's a recipe that I've used for years, and this one definitely works. Okay, so I have two trays. You can see a tray back here and then a tray right here of tomatoes. So what I want to do is I want to cut these really thick. If you're lucky enough to have these out of your garden, hooray for you. We had a terrible summer this year, and it was extremely dry. But if you go out and water your plants, it does definitely pay off. Now, this tomato right here, this is a big boy. And these do really good aromas. Basically anything you've got. I've got some yellow tomatoes that do really good in this recipe as well. But you want something that's really meaty, not as many seeds. So let me show you what I'm talking about. See, there's seeds in there, but not as many, because the seeds are going to take up a lot. Leave all of the guts in there. I call it the guts. Leave all of the guts in there, all that gel too, because that's going to really pay off. Now this tomato, I wanted to save this one for last because it has some spots on it. For the most part, I like to keep the peel on it because the peel has got all that fiber and all those wonderful things, and it will cook down. So let's go ahead and get rid of some of the bad parts. I don't want those on there. They'll probably be okay. I'm just picky when it comes to things like that. And also you want to use your nose, okay? Okay, I don't smell anything bad on it. So I'm going to go ahead and use the rest of this tomato. And I'm still looking at some bad parts. Again, I like to leave as much of that peel on there as I possibly can. Okay, I'm going to go in and I'm going to dig down, do a little bit of surgery on this tomato. I'm going to go ahead and get this part out, and that's the core. I really don't want that in there. It will cook. It's just not a good flavor, and it just kind of has this, I don't know, weird flavor to it. Now, see that part right there of that core? That's a good part. So what I'm going to do is cut that off, and I'm going to put it inside a tomato, kind of like that. See, I put it on the inside right there, and we'll cook that. So no bad parts. Now, sometimes, because my girls, my chickens, they absolutely love the peel. So that's why you're seeing me chop off as much as I can. Some of those I will, of course, take the peel off. Now, they're going to be getting a lot of peaches, okay? So I don't feel so bad about doing this. Go around to the back, and so you're going to see that part right there. I'm just going to slice that thing off as thin as I can. Of course, the girls are going to love it when I throw that into their box. They will absolutely love it. Okay, so here we go. Pretty thick, okay, because it's going to cook down. In the meantime, by the way, go ahead and preheat the oven to 250 degrees. Get that started as well. Okay, I'm going to give them a little extra treat, so that goes in there. Now, these girls are very well fed, okay? They do well, so don't feel sorry for them because I'm putting most of it here. Okay, I'm going to, because I want it to fit as much as I can without being too crowded in the pan. Okay, I'm going to wash my hand off just for a second so I can show you what I'm doing. Okay, I have a cutting board. Sometimes I use that, sometimes I don't. I have the old trusted one here, but you'll be able to see what I've done to this tray. I want it completely filled up. Now, it's going to shrink some when I roast it. They roast for 3 hours, okay? Sometimes I do 3.5. It's going to really depend on where you live, okay? All right, now, the ingredients that I have in here, and you can see right here from my trusted little pot right there, I have 4 tablespoons of kosher salt. You can use sea salt, whatever you got on hand. You can just use regular table salt. But anyway, I've got 4 tablespoons of salt, 3 tablespoons of black pepper. Now, I don't put quite that much because Phil really doesn't like that much. So I usually about a tablespoon and a half. And then I'm going to use 1/4 cup of sugar. And then I'm using 3 tablespoons of dried thyme. And I put a little bit of olive oil in mine as well. Okay, and the reason I do that is it makes it it'll give it kind of a way to go into the tomatoes. All right, now this is my dried thyme. Okay, I do my own, and I just tell you, I don't live without it. Okay, about 3 tablespoons. I'm going to guess that's probably a tablespoon and a half. If you put a little bit more, a little bit less, it's not going to hurt a thing. Okay. Another real important thing you want to do with your dried thyme or in any of your other things that you dry, make sure you put the lid on it immediately because water, humidity, those things are, and I've had this since August of last year. Always make sure you put the date on your items as well. So, and this is it's been a year. It's been a little bit over a year, and it's still good. And the aroma, this smells so awesome when you open up this jar. But anyway, I've been using a lot of thyme, and I have more that I'm going to be putting in jars as well. I prefer to use glass jars for these. I don't know, I just like glass better than plastic. It's just my thing. Okay, now I've added all of the ingredients together. Okay, I'm going to give it a really good stir, just like this. See there? Okay, stirring it up really good. I want it completely blended. Okay, and what we're going to do first, I'm going to use my hands, and I'm just going to drizzle. Now you can use a brush, whatever you want. I'm going to, you can probably see just a little bit better on this pan. I have some olive oil. By the way, the best you can get, okay, the best you can afford. And so first thing I'm going to do is just put a little bit of coating of olive oil. I find I can get it in better when I use my fingers. Hands are completely clean. That's another thing. Make sure you've just washed your hands. Okay, and so as you can see what I'm doing, I'm giving them a little bit of a rub there also. Now here's one. I'm going to put that one to the side. I'm going to use this one in here. Okay, I'm going to kind of break it up just a little bit because I want it to fit better in this pan. Okay, there we go. And I'll do the other pan. I'm not going to take all of your time up for the other pan. Okay, let's just put him right there. Okay, now I've got 2 pans, so what I'm going to do is put about half of this on this tray, then I've got this other tray right here, and I'll put the other half. Okay, and I'll show you how much, as little or as much as you want. This is the recipe I like, and it does 2 pans. Okay, and you can double it. I mean, the spicier you get it, and the more herbs you put on here, the better. But I'm just finding thyme works really good. Also, if you are a fan of basically any kind of herb works on it. Basically just put whatever you got on hand, okay? But this is what I've got a lot of right now, so I'm using this. Basil, there's nothing like tomato and basil. Okay, let's put just a little bit more on that one. He doesn't have as much, and this one might get a little jealous because it sees that others have some and it don't, Your fruits and vegetables have feelings too. Okay, all right. So there we go. Now I'm going to stick this in the oven. The oven has been preheating to 250 degrees. These are going to stay in the oven, and they're going to stay in there at least 3 hours. I'm going to take a look at them, and I want them to be kind of a darkish looking color, kind of like these right here in the bag. And I love that. Now you can put it in any size bag you want to, but I like to put mine like this, and then of course I have it where it's flat. See how flat that is? So I can just get out what I want, and I don't have to use a whole bag and waste it if I don't need to. Again, this is wonderful on pizza. It's good on your soups. Chili absolutely loves it. Okay, let's go ahead and go, and we'll be back after this stuff is done.
And we're back. I'm going to give you a really good recipe. Everybody loves the Cattle Stampede Steakhouse, located in Fort Payne, Alabama. And I love their chicken fajitas. Now, not as good as theirs, but I'm pretty close to it. And I think I know what the secret is. So, again, anything chicken, I'm going to get it. So I'll go ahead and get stir fry some chicken slices and put those in some olive oil. They get the olive oil really hot, okay, and then throw those chicken pieces into the skillet. Do an iron skillet. It just does better. And then I'm going to stir fry that. I want them to be a little brown. I want a little bit of that, goodness coming from the iron from the skillet too. That does all the work for you. Now I put a whole bag of these tomatoes. Now, I did sun roasted tomatoes as well. You're going to see another video. It won't be as long as this one, but whatever you got, do oven roasted, do sun roasted. But I'm going to tell you what is absolutely the best way, and that is to put them out in the sun for a day or so, bring them back in, then put them in the oven. I'm just going to tell you, you're going to have some good roasted tomatoes, and they're going to be good for everything. But anyway, those fajitas that I make, they're really good, if I have to say so myself. So again, just pieces of chicken pieces, and, make them like chicken strips would be good. Going ahead and saute those, and then put some of that tomato stuff in there. I want to tell you what, you got some good stuff. And whoever, it's something really quick to do too. So let's say somebody calls and they say, I'm on the way to your house. I'll be there in just a few minutes. And you're going, oh my God, I don't have anything. The chicken fajitas, that'll do it every single time. Or make up some, open up a couple of cans of chili and put that packet of roasted tomatoes in that. I'm going to tell you what, it's good. We'll be right back in just a few minutes, so y'all hang in there, okay? Queen City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring, but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer
Yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
Donnas Designs offers a line of handmade memorial, wedding, and keepsake jewelry that launched back in 1970. I'm a self-trained jewelry designer, and I will work closely with you to create unique designs you can love and treasure for years to come. Whether that be flowers that were used in a funeral arrangement or stones you found on the beach at a memorable trip, call me at 256-659-4319, and let's think of the possibilities. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community, whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need. Toys at Christmas or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Because of your overwhelming support, our $14.88 MyPillow has been one of the biggest sales in MyPillow history. I couldn't think of a better way to say thank you than to extend our wholesale pricing through Christmas. Get a classic standard MyPillow for only $14.88. Upgrade to a queen size, just $18.88. King size, only $1 more. Get my body pillows for only $29.88. And ready? Multi-use MyPillows, only $9.88. It's perfect time to stock up for Christmas gifts for everyone on your list. Go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to take advantage of our wholesale pricing. Including my classic standard MyPillows, only $14.88. But that's not all. I'm so confident you're going to love our classic MyPillows that I'm going to extend my 60-day money-back guarantee until March 1st, 2025. Plus, orders over $75 ship absolutely free.
We're back. My name is Donna, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge television talk show where truth matters. I'm just going to tell you a lot of reasons that people don't cook at home is that it's too hard. And if you'll just do some prep, like with these tomatoes we're talking about right now, if you'll just to spend a little, like an afternoon of prep and putting tomatoes like this, oven roasted now, and put those in the freezer. I'm just telling you, the freezer can be your best friend, or canning in a jar can be your best friend. Drying tomatoes is a great thing too. Let's show a couple more videos, and then I'm going to tell you why tomatoes are so good for you. Okay, and the doctors are telling us this. It's not just Donna. So this is a pack of the slow roasted tomatoes I did in the oven. Just wanted to show you what it looks like. Now this is about the size of a pint jar. Right here you can see all those wonderful herbs and everything in there. I use it for everything. Meatloafs, stews, I mean just all kinds of stuff. and we love the way it turns out. I even put it in the burgers that we had on Labor Day. But just go ahead and store them in little pint or whatever you want to, gallons or whatever. But I like to use the small pint ones. And also, when I'm ready to use it, if I don't want to use the whole bag, all I've got to do is just break it over the countertop. So, and this is what it looks like too, and just like in one bag, just kind of mulched together. But I wanted to show you what it looks like. These are wonderful, wonderful tomatoes.
They are super good. And I'm telling you, prep time, you go ahead and get those things started, put them in the freezer, and you're done. All you've got to do the rest of the year, maybe the next couple of years, because they'll stay a long time in the freezer, is just, put it together. But I'm going to show you one more, and then we're going to talk about the goodness of tomatoes and why you need to eat them.
Hey guys, these are the sun-dried tomatoes, and I really love the way they turned out. Now, these are very concentrated, so when you use this in a recipe, you'll use about half of what you would normally use. If you wanted to use some of these in a stew, you can break them. You can do that really easy, but this is a key point, okay? You've got to take the moisture out. Otherwise, you could have mold during the storage. So these need to be, I'm talking really, listen to that. See, that's the way they need to sound. It's almost sound like dried potato chips, and that's exactly what you're looking for. Okay, now this is the way I like to store mine. I sometimes put them in jars, but I like to put them in these Mylar bags right here. These are absolutely fantastic. And what the machine does is it just siphons all of that air out, which again is an enemy. Okay, so I'm going ahead and put an amount that I think I'm going to use. I like to put them in a jar, put some olive oil in there and some of the herbs, chives I love in there, and basil, just anything, a tomato, whatever you've got. And put that in a jar, and you'll let it sit. It'll sit for 6 months at a time. This is like really good stuff. You'll have tomatoes in the wintertime, and this will last a few years too because all the oil is out of it. Now make sure you label it and put the date, because see, I've got some from like last year. And so in my inventory in the kitchen cabinet, I'm going ahead and use the oldest first. But I really like this. I like to leave enough space right here where I can jot really good so I can see it, that it's tomatoes, and I'll put the date on it when I dried it. And anyway, sun-dried, you can do it in a dehydrator if you'd like. I've got a few of those done in the dehydrator. I really like the way the sun-dried ones turn out. Now, they take longer to do, takes longer to process, but anyway, it's something really good. Again, put them in stews. You can, go ahead and hydrate them with water. What I would do there, go ahead and have some water. I'm doing a rolling boil on the stove, and then you'll go ahead and drop these in the water and let those boil for 2 minutes. Take them out. Have some ice water ready. That's going to stop the cooking. All you want to do is hydrate them. Okay, you can eat them, put them on sandwiches, and again, just stews, whatever you want to do. Now, when I'm making a stew, I don't bother with hydrating them at all. I'll just go ahead and put them in while I'm cooking the rest of the vegetables. It always turns out great every single time. Again, if you're looking for long time storage, this is the way to do it.
That'll do it every single time. And if you're looking for a good thickener for your soups, you can use, just again, don't hydrate them in water. Just go ahead and throw them in the pot for the stew, and that'll kind of help thicken it up just a little bit too. And also, I like to dehydrate carrots, and then I powder them. And so in the soups, instead of using, because we're fixing to be in that weather. I know right now we're thinking, it's hot outside and all that, but it's going to be winter before you know it, and we're all going to be freezing to death. So if I'm looking for a good thickener, instead of using flour, it just gives you more flavor if you'll do carrots or just whatever you've got. If you have bell peppers, maybe you had an overabundance of peppers, dry those in your dehydrator and put them in one of those coffees, like for coffee beans, and going ahead and make a powder out of it. And I'm just telling you, you've got a really good thickener for your soups, and it tastes good too. It just gives it just new depth of flavor. Okay, I promised before we go, we're going to talk about the benefits of tomatoes. They are so good for you in so many ways. Beauty inside, beauty outside. And I can take all that I can. Okay, antioxidant protection. this is probably the biggest reason I love tomatoes. The vibrant red color of a tomato comes from lycopene. It's a powerful antioxidant that protects cells from damage and reduces inflammation. So if you start having some skin problems, maybe you got a teenager that has, breakout, because I'm just telling you, the breakout on my face, my skin was so oily when I was growing up. I had zits all over the place. My brother used to say, let's play connect the dots on Donna's face. That's how bad it was. But I'm just telling you, eating tomatoes and maybe even rubbing a little bit on you. If you have poison oak, it's really good for poison oak as well. Now it's going to sting and you're going to jump to the ceiling when that happens, but it will help with that poison oak. Okay, and this is not all that you can do with tomatoes. Tomatoes are also an excellent source of other antioxidants such as vitamin A and vitamin C. And these nutrients contribute, again, to better skin, immunity, and overall well-being. Now, something else you don't think about tomatoes is heart health. Okay, lycopene doesn't just protect cells, it also helps your heart by lowering cholesterol and regulating the blood pressure, and in turn reduces the risk of heart disease. I'll try to keep as many tomatoes in field as I can. Tomatoes are also rich in potassium. You only think of potatoes, but tomatoes as well. And folate, which helps maintain fluids and promotes good circulation. Improved vision and eye protection. Something I don't know if this has anything to do with it or not, but I was wearing my contacts a 4.25 in my right eye. So I went to the eye doctor and he said, okay, I'm going down to a 2.25. And I said, you mean my eyesight is better? And he said, well, you were using a 4 whatever, and now you're using a 2. So apparently it is. And so I'm thinking, is it the tomatoes that's doing it? Whatever it is, I'll take it. Okay, now let's see. And this also helps to reduce damage from the sun's UV rays or blue lights from screens. We're all on computers too much. Over time, this helps protect eyes from macular degeneration. Anti-cancer boost. Okay. There's growing evidence that the antioxidants in tomatoes can actually reduce your risk of certain cancers, like prostate cancer. And this is something that Phil and I really we try to prevent, because it's cancer all over my family. And so it's, almost everybody's had it. And I had a little scare, but I'm okay. Now, lycopene has been linked with lower rates of prostate cancer, while other antioxidants in tomatoes may help fight cellular damage that leads to development of cancer cells. Skincare. Okay, high in vitamin C, tomatoes help boost collagen production, which helps skin firm and youthful looking. And that's another reason I want to keep the skins on the tomatoes too. I like to eat those. Now, vitamin C also helps repair skin and protects it from sun damage. Bone protection, you got that going on there too. Tomatoes offer calcium and vitamin K, 2 nutrients that are key for good bone health. Like your grandma, maybe was kind of humped over a little bit. Mine weren't, because they drank milk all the time and ate tons of tomatoes. So that may be why, Can't say for sure, but I'm going to say probably is. Vitamin K increases bone mineral density, while calcium helps maintain overall bone density. Now, both nutrients can help prevent or even improve conditions like osteoporosis. And that's something, especially as women, that we always look out for. So there are a number of ways you can add more tomatoes on your plate, whether that's a tomato sandwich. And I'm just going to tell you, I do not like mayonnaise. But on a tomato and a banana sandwich, I load it down with mayonnaise for some reason and put lots of pepper on it. A little bit of salt, but lots of pepper. But eat your tomatoes with also with other herbs. Basil is wonderful. The thyme is really good. So do some research on the herbs as well, and you'll find that you'll feel better, you'll be healthier, you'll feel like exercising, you'll feel like walking. But tomatoes are really, really good for you. But again, go to the farmer's market if you're not raising your own tomatoes, but always ask the farmer if he uses any kind of pesticides. when he's raising his tomatoes as well. Thank you so much for watching. You're the reason I do what I do, and I think you're just absolutely awesome. Continue sending emails, Donna@donnasedge.com. That's Donna@donnasedge.com. Thank you so much for watching.